First and foremost, put a one in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. If you get the sound of my voice, put a one in the chat. Good evening. Good evening. I don't care where you are around the world, but we are here. We are back again. And we got a special guest that is joining us. Before I bring the guest up, I want to tweet this out. Let me tweet it out a little bit. Tweet it out. Tweet it out. Tweet it. We're gonna put it on the Twitter thing. Twitter thing. Okay, here we go. We got Twitter going popping. We want to get it popping all over the place because she's special. I met her in New York. She's a New Yorker. She's my I want to say my little sister because she was holding me down in New York City when I was in New York. But I want to bring her up and I want to just talk about some things. For those who are joining in, thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. And you know, this young lady, I met her during the coverage of the Diddy trial, and she's always been respectful towards me. We bonded, and she has so much energy. Some would say that to know her is to love her. And when I say that she had me going, entertained, engaged, when she popped out, it was like, okay, we know we're gonna have some fun today. I met at the Diddy trial, and some of you will call her, I guess I say the MTA lady. I'm gonna call her my friend, Candy from New York. Ladies and gentlemen, give a warm welcome for Candy is in the building. What it do, Candy?
What's going on, Dennis? How are you?
I'm doing so good, so good. It's been a minute, you know. It's been almost it seems like about 3 weeks. Has it been over a month yet?
It's over a month.
Over a month.
It has to be over a month now. By now,
it has to be over a month. Man, what an experience that we have in New York, and just meeting you. I remember the first day I met you. We took a long walk. You helped me to my car. I had a bunch of equipment, didn't I?
You had a whole lot. A suitcase. It seemed like a barrel, a duffel bag, a chair, all kinds of stuff.
And they say I'm not a hard worker, but we'll talk about that later. It was so. What I remember how hot it was in New York. That was one of the hottest times in New York City.
Yeah, and then it seemed like we had a blizzard, remember? It was like super hot, and then it went to super cold.
Yeah. That was crazy.
Right?
That was crazy. Right. Now, can you talk about some of the things that you liked about being around the whole Diddy trial, and what was some of your most memorable moments?
The team. All of us are the team right now. The team was the most favorable thing of the entire time. It's like you could say 60 of us, if you want to say, and the minimum 60 people between the news, between the grassroots, between the YouTubers, between the Instagrammers, the TikTokers. That was like the most memorable thing. Was just meeting everybody and linking up, like networking and getting to know each other. Even Big Mike, well, I don't mean to say his name. Like even there were some people that might have not been there for Diddy, but they still ended up being like family while we were out there. So everybody had a difference of opinion. That's what I especially like. Everyone had a difference of opinion, but at the end of the day, we still all came together. It was still about Black excellence, if you would.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Did you have any favorites? I had to ask you that. I was curious. Who are your favorites? When you would come down to the courthouse.
You mean out of everybody there? Oh, well, I mean, all right. I'll start with. All right. You want me to go in order from the beginning, or just randomly start? And start picking
any way you want. I'm open.
All right. Well, I like Emily Knows Everything. I like Denat. I like uh Dennis Byron. I call him Byron, so I was about to say Byron. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. Uda
Hold
Wongo.
on. This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. You said Emily. We're gonna talk about Emily, then we'll go to the next one. So Emily, she's an in-your-face type of gal. She's no nonsense. She'll go toe to toe with the best of them. And she even had a moment where she found the Shade Room's microphone.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. That was pretty funny.
Oh,
Tell me
wow.
about Emily. What do you like about Emily?
Well, the first day I met her, I didn't know her name. And she walked down the steps after we got our phones, because she was there in the courtroom, like in the overcrowd rooms in the beginning. So I saw her maybe the second day, May 6th. And I said, who is that? There was something about her that I liked. So the lady was like, that's Emily Knows Everything. So I wrote down her info on the second day. And then I looked her up and everything. But then we got to know each other. I like her. She's honest. She's straightforward. What else? She looks nice. She looks amazing. Like, she was well put together. I liked the people that came to New York and represented in their clothing attire. Like, they didn't look like they were just they didn't look like they didn't belong. Like, I like the people that went shopping and used their money to actually look like something. Like, they say, oh yeah, I want to look like something when I step out. Like, I appreciated that about her. She, I remember one particular outfit she had on was green, and she it was real put together. I thought she could dress really well.
Okay, so next one, Danat. You guys didn't start out liking each other. I remember that. Let's talk about that one.
Danat. You want to go really deep into that?
Not too deep. Not too deep.
Oh, all right, great. So Danat is cool. I have his hand sanitizers over here. He asked me for an autograph on his last day, and it's sitting here waiting because he forgot it. So I signed the bottom of his laptop. He wanted an autograph from me. I gave it to him on the last day because he only stayed out till the Friday of the last day of the 8 weeks that it was originally supposed to go to, the entire trial. So Danat is great. I think that he is great. I can't complain about him. He does stir up things, but I think that he also responds more than he stirs up. And it's due to people saying things about him. And then he just kind of responds to it. And then people can't take the candor or the truth. So they might, because I never saw him get into any issues with anybody out there.
Well, I don't know. You must have been on vacation those days.
Oh, what am I talking about? See how much I forgave and forgot? Mm-hmm. That's right. I forgot that one with Mr. Deal. That's fine. When it happened with him, I didn't know. I had just met Danat that day when he talked about my bird in his head. And that was the morning we were on the same line together, checking in to get in the metal detectors. And I took my nail polish off. Please excuse. I usually always do my nails, but anyway. So he was going through the metal detectors. He was right behind me, and we actually, I looked back at him, and his energy was great, and we exchanged info on the spot. Then we sat in the same courtroom together, the overcrowd room, because we came in at the same time. And then he had, we had the little back and forth inside the courtroom because he was.
Well, hold on. Listen. I like to illustrate I want to give people that experience. Talk about the interaction in the courtroom. And hold on. I got to address the elephant in the room. There was a lot of activity in the courtroom at one point in time. Right. And it was the day that I took off that happened in the courtroom. And you can talk about as much as you want to talk about, but shout out to Big Sam, because Big Sam came through in the end. Tell people what happened with that situation. Talk about that. What happened with that?
So during the first several weeks, I was able to sit in the overcrowd room along with everyone else, right? So We're sitting there. I usually sit in the front seat, the front row, right by the monitor. I'm sitting there, and there's a lady taking her notes beside me to my left, and I am saying something about somebody on the screen. They were showing something, or I was making a comment. So she next to me, it's happened to be a white lady. She said, and I said, oh, I said, oh, that's it. So she said, well, y'all be quiet. So Deni's back there. He ain't say nothing to her. He let me do it. So I was like, oh, all right. You want to tell me to shush? All right, fine. I'm going to shush. I said, but you telling me to shush is making it so that I can't hear what they saying. The judge is saying now. See, I know when to speak in between when the judge is talking. You telling me to shush right in the middle of what I'm supposed to be hearing. So now you messing me up. So she ain't saying nothing, right? So she writing and writing. And I forgot what she took. She said something was funny on her thing. She was like taking notes for them, jotting stuff, like stuff on the side. So Denai, I said to him, I said, she wanted us to be quiet. And he was like, fine, right? So I figured with myself, I said, I can't be biased here. I can't be like, oh, I'm gonna say something to her and not say something to him. Like, like just kind of I'm
Create
serious.
a balance. You was creating a
Yeah, I
balance
wanted to
for.
create a balance. Like I didn't want to put it against black and white, right?
Mhm.
So I was like, all right, let me say something to him too, because he's talking. Now that she done said it, now he's talking even more. So he's loud. So I'm like, shh, you gotta be quiet. He said, don't say nothing to me. And I said, oh, okay. I did like this. So I got up. I said, because I'm not gonna sit here with him. I'm gonna leave. So I got up and I said, you suck my web. Matter of fact, my web ass. What's like, and I left the courtroom if I had one. And I went to the next courtroom downstairs. Everybody, by the way, thought that I kept getting kicked out. I never got kicked out. I would get up and leave and go to a different courtroom because I know where to go. And then they did I go in the next courtroom. Mr. Gene Deal sitting over there. And I'm not going to talk about what Mr. Deal was doing, but he was about to leave. Right? So he gets up and I say, oh, I'm sitting, the marshal has allowed me to sit in the marshal chair by the door. So I'm sitting in the big cushion seat by the door. So I see Mr. Deal and he gets up. So he leaves. I'm like, Mr. Deal, can I ride down the elevator with you? He's like, sure. So we get on the elevator at 24. The elevator starts at 23, and here comes a knock on the elevator. I'm like, Denai he ain't say nothing. And I'm like, I'm asking Mr. Deal questions. Denai sitting there, hi, Mr. Deal. Oh, yeah, sure. Hey, can I ask you a question? And he's taking notes. So I'm like, all right, cool. So
So
because
he takes over your interview in the elevator. He interrupts your interview or
no, not typically. No, what happens is that I let go quickly. Like
okay.
when I left the courtroom from Danat, I let go. It wasn't no animosity or anything like that. So when he got on the elevator, I'm not selfish. Like,
Okay.
both are seeing this kind of like celebrity. So we're on the elevator. So I'm not like cock blocking, boys. I'm just like, oh yeah, sure. Let's share. Right. So Mr. Deal is there. But before you know it, we get downstairs. Mr. Deal is cordial. I'm cordial. Denard's cordial. We get off the elevator, and Mr. Deal was like, what was that crap you was popping over there? And I was like, who was he talking to? I had no idea what he was talking about. And I thought he was talking about me just leaving Denard. Like it was less than 5 minutes Denard got on the elevator. Why did Denard choose to leave when I left? I don't know. But it's like, I know that I said that I didn't know what Mr. Deal was talking about, and then I knew that he was talking about. I'm just telling you, in together, as I've put it together, I've had several, almost 7 weeks, 8 weeks to get all of this unscrambled and say what happened. So it might sound like I didn't know, but I did know, and then I found out type thing. I didn't know that Danat had an altercation with him that morning before I met Danat that morning.
Okay.
I didn't know he had come at Mr. Deal outside and they had something going on. So when he said, what was that you was talking earlier? I was like, I psychically or psychologically thought he was referring to me because
Right.
I have been so much protected at that courthouse that it was easy to believe. The marshals would ride up in the elevator with me and escort me to an empty courtroom and let me sit right at the monitor. You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
like
so
by myself in my own courtroom.
Well, hold on. So you had VIP treatment. You had that
Yes. They
Tisa
used
Tell
to say,
VIP treatment.
right. They used to say this is VIP, and I'd be over there getting dressed because I had to like get dressed and put my belt back on and stuff. But yeah, they would they gave me like they used to give me like Chick-fil-A coupons for free Chick-fil-A sandwiches and stuff. The marshals, I still owe them open faced lobster and steak.
Okay, so you didn't share none of those coupons with me, but we'll talk about that later. Okay. So did they really have an altercation in the elevator, or did you witness that? Were you there?
Oh my gosh. We got off the elevator, and not oh my gosh to you. We got off the elevator. We were all cordial in the elevator. And Emily said she was on the elevator, but that's how much I didn't see her. Because when we got off, he said, what was that you was talking? Denard got in his face, and he said, you better get out of my face or I'm going to do something. And I was like, oh. So I stood behind Mr. Deal. I'm still thinking that because Denard just went off on me in the courtroom. We went off on each other. It was like a back and forth thing, but he got perturbed at me. Like there was no forgiveness. He was like, like he just got ratchet. So I said, all right, cool. So I'm standing there behind Mr. Deal. He's that big. I felt mad protected. So then Mr. Deal turns this way. Denard turns this way because they had, at first was like this. And I'm behind Mr. Deal. But then they turn this way so that they both like this to me. And then Denard goes like this, and then to go in, he's right in Mr. Suge Knight. I said Suge Knight. I'm sorry. I meant
he ain't no Suge Knight, I can tell you that.
Up in his face, and he's up to here to him. He had his snapback on his left shoulder, and he goes, this is Mr. Deal. And Denard goes back all the way over there, stepped back on the left foot, came back around with his backpack and said, and I said, no, you not. Because at this point, I'm calling marshals. Marshals! Somebody come help. Marshals. That nobody was coming. So then finally, after I'm standing there, I got the soup
hold on. Candy, you were screaming for the marshals inside the building?
Yes. I scream, I'll be loud. Like y'all need to come on. Then then I got the soup cup, and I'm like to Denard, I'm like, I'm letting you know right now, you better not come in Mr. Deal face, or this cup is gonna hit you on the side of your head, and it ain't got no hot water in it, so it's not gonna burn you. And because I'm giving them a warning, but there's a soup cup and it's only water in there because I used it to drink hot water. That's it. So, and then like for tea. So
and that happened outside. I saw the video of that.
That's inside. Outside the elevator. The outside part didn't happen yet. We're inside at this point. The marshals come, and I'm like, y'all better have some security. Mr. Deal is a high profile. Y'all need to make sure anytime Mr. Deal's in this building, y'all need to provide marshal to escort him around this building. Because he was like, what's going on? What I said, he just accosted Mr. Deal. Right in my face. He just accosted him. So then we proceed to get our phones. They go first. Mr. Deal goes first, and Denard goes after him. It took me a little while to get outside because I was behind them. That's when I came outside talking about that's what I said, because I had just said what Mr. Deal said outside. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened. That's the gist of it.
Okay, so now that we passed that, you guys piece it out. And we're going to get into the other courtroom incident, but not just yet. Who's the next content creator? The next one, or reporter, or whoever?
That I like?
Right. So we just talking about your top five. Let's give you your top five. How about that?
Um, well, I do like Jarva. Jarva is encouraging, but Jarva doesn't do too much, so I can't really say her. She doesn't like post too much. So let me go with John and Jarva. Them David NYC was pretty. Big Apple Marv.
Yeah, I
Let me
like
see.
David. Let's talk about David. You know,
Yeah.
I met David there, but I never looked at his content until after I came back to Atlanta. I didn't know his content. His content was so in your face, and he's always checking the cops in New York. Like I never knew that. So I wish I would have had the time to build with him a little more. But I do like David. And you would
Uda.
Udo on go. Yeah, Udo's definitely be on go.
No, what was I gonna say? I'm sorry for cutting you off. What did you say about David MIC? And sorry, I can't take these off or it's gonna glare.
No problem. You good. No, I was just saying I didn't know David was an in-your-face type content creator. He keeps the police on their toes. Because I've seen videos where he would take the camera and he'll catch a cop talking on their phone on their personal time, and he'll put the camera on them. And some get written up, you know. So I mean, it was interesting to meeting him. So that was, you know, so one of the people I kind of liked as well.
Yeah. David is cool. He does a lot. He's a really nice guy. He's a really nice man, and he does pretty well. He does really well on his channels.
Let me ask you a question. I don't want to get too far off, but can you tell the people what happened in the courtroom when obviously Sean showed you that love, but what happened before that even happened?
Unbelievable. Are you allowed to call him Sean, first of all? Because he said only two people in his life are allowed to call him Sean, and that's Jay-Z and his mama.
I called him Sean for a long time.
Oh, well, because I call him Sean too. Anyway, so what happened was, right, Sean was like up there. Now, I drew a sketch. I don't mean to talk like that. Seriously. I drew a sketch. We about 9 weeks out, and my whole life was put on the side for this case. So right now, I'm relaxing. I'm in my home. Sean, Mr. Combs was there. He just walked in. I realized the time is 9:15. I need to get to a dentist appointment at about, I think I had to be there at 11. So I was like, it's on the west side of Manhattan. So I was like, let me get going. But right before that, the marshal was effing with me. He was saying,
which one, Nick? Which one? Nicholas in the middle of the floor? Okay, go ahead.
yeah. He was messing with me, told me I had to take my hat off. And I'm like, no, I don't, because women don't have to take their hat off in the courtroom. So he goes and he tells me that he doesn't want to tell me a third time, or the third time I'm kicked out. So I said, all right. So I went to the bathroom and I changed to put my pashmini on my scarf on my head. Came back. So Mr. Combs walks in, and then I'm just like, I gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already not frustrated. I'm trying to ignore this marshal, but he's like, I'm like murmuring things under my breath, and he's staring at me. So I'm like, okay, either one or two things, because you know they created those earpieces a long time ago that could hear like 100 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody had to invest in that, if not them. So every time I would murmur something, he happened to look at me. I'm like, oh, okay, you can hear me, you stink. And I started like saying weird stuff to him, like your mama did something to you when you was, you know, just mean stuff. So I get up, I gotta go. He decides to be the one that want to hold the door open for me. And I'm like, you don't have to hold the door open for me. And I scream out, you racist. That's what stopped me. Stopped out everything. I yelled that out, and Your Honorable Subramanian was talking at that time. And where were you?
That's the day I didn't show up. But go ahead. Tell me what happened.
So, because you were in the courtroom every day,
Yes.
in the main one.
Yes.
So he proceeds to. Let me just take this off. I'm sorry, because I got 2 pairs of glasses on and it's bright. So, let's see.
He
He's
holds the
holding
door
the
before.
door. He holds the
Okay.
door. I yell out racist, and then I start turning around back this way, and I shout, Diddy. Everybody's laughing at you. I told him, let me just say what I said. I said, Diddy, everybody's laughing at you on every floor. Every courtroom in here, everyone's laughing, including the judge. I believe I might have said what I meant to say. If I didn't say it, was everybody should be ashamed of themselves, because nothing's funny to be laughing at a black man's legacy being destroyed. And then the rest of it, I just remember it was because Diddy turned around when it happened, and he was like this. I saw him because the way I'm turned this way was the opposite way. So he was like, all right, this is him. He's facing this way, and he did like this, and he turned, and now he's like this on the bench thing or the rail.
Mm-hmm.
So then he's the marshal just came and started like
surrounding him.
No. Nick, you call him Nick. He reached to his right hip in front of me. Now he's facing me this way to the door. His hip is to the door, but I'm here, and Puff is behind me, and Your Honor is that way, and that over there is like the window of the back area that you can walk in, like, because when you walk in, it's like space right here. It's like a T. This is a walkway, and the middle is a walkway into the Honorable's direction, where he sits, and like where Puff sits and everything, and then you would make a left to go where Puff is sitting. So we're right there, and he reaches to his right, and I said, "Oh, now you're gonna oop me," and then he moved. Then he moved his hand off of it, but he didn't have to show me that he had it. Like I knew, like I didn't have to be aware that he had it on his hip. You see what I'm saying? Like it didn't have to be made aware. He didn't have to that didn't have to be his first go-to to hit his hip. Like that's not my first go-to unless I'm used to something. It's bad enough, for one, that the security in there sucked completely, and I'm the one that got it upgraded. I'm the one that got the barricades out there. I'm the one that got the marshals called out there. I'm the one that told the governor and the mayor and everybody, I don't want nobody in that courtroom until the security is beefed up, because metal detector 4 doesn't work. Because I walked in there with my steel-toe boots on from transit, and it didn't ring. So I added them on my Instagram. I have since put it in my archive, because I said, sort of like bygones be bygones. I kind of want him out of jail. I don't want to keep hitting and beating a dead horse. Like, all right, so the next week they fixed the metal detector, and that time they was doing extra pat downs. I couldn't even get in with my underwire of my brassiere. You know what I'm saying? So
let me ask you a question. When you heard the verdict, what was your thoughts?
Well, I was in surgery when that happened. I was in the hospital. So John came to pick me up. David was supposed to, but John and David decided that John would. And so when John came, it was about 10:40 in the morning that day. And he said, they dropped the Ricos, I believe. Wasn't that the day they dropped the Ricos?
Rico and the two.
So when no. This is what happened. Right before John came, I had woke up from the sedation. So I'm scrolling, and I saw 10 minutes ago, previous posting, somebody had posted that the charges were dropped, but I misread it. I didn't know that it was only certain charges. So when John came like 5 minutes later, I went to the bathroom. I was wailing like a baby in the bathroom because I had to put my clothes on out of the hospital gown. So, because it was a quick procedure, it was only 45 minutes. For whatever, it was taking a stent out. They did it. They were able to go in my mouth and get it out through my mouth. So it was just sedation. But I I didn't want nobody to think it was an ABORTION type thing. You know, they didn't know. It was none of that. Because people's minds can wander. I had my, don't worry, but it was just a stent getting removed. I went in the bathroom and I was under the impression that all the charges would drop. And I was like, yes, God. I was like, yes. Yeah, I just started wailing. You could hear me like somebody died at a funeral, right? Get to the court. It's only Rico truck. Now he still got shot. He's still going. I was done. I went through all that crying for nothing, but people were still happy because that was the most important part.
Right. The three top counts were he was acquitted of.
Right.
Well, are you going to be out there October 3rd, or you have other plans? Because that's sentencing day.
On Citizens Day, you said? Oh, sentencing. Right. I'm sorry because I was talking over you. I apologize. I have jury duty. I was called for jury duty. I start in a couple of weeks. So I'm not sure what case it's going to be, whether it's going to be Luigi or not. But of course, I'm going to get picked. Since then, I've lost my MTA job. I got fired last Friday.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I'm not a subway train conductor anymore. They had nerve to send me a letter talking about take the patches off my blue shirts and keep the shirts. Do I look like I need 17 button-up blue shirts? You want me to be like Mark Zuckerberg with the same black T-shirt in his closet? Mm-hmm. Do I need the same blue button-up long sleeve shirt and 10 navy blue polos? Do I look like I need 10 navy blue polo nylon shirts? Y'all can have y'all shirts. They had nerve to call me and fire me. Yeah, that's true story. True story. Not sure why. I know why. Don't worry. I know why, but I'm not going to share it on here.
So let me ask you a question. If you're not picked for the jury, will you show up at the sentencing? Okay.
Yeah. Yes. If I'm not. Oh yeah. I hope he gets out before then. I hope he gets out. I mean, it's not a wing on a prayer. I mean, because there's so many. You know, the thing that I didn't like. I don't know if you asked me that, Dennis. The thing that I didn't like so much was that false reporting. You know, there was so much false reporting. It's hard to really pinpoint who's the best. Mm-hmm. When there was like over and over, everybody false reported. I mean, everybody, all the 60 people that I'm talking about.
Well, hold on. 59 then, because don't put me in the class of 60.
No, I didn't. Oh yeah, no, I didn't mean you. No, I didn't. I did because I
people
did
would hear that and they will assume
that first is part of the best. There's only a certain handful. All right, so I'll give you the lowdown, the rundown. Without these 2 pairs of glasses, I had 6 eyes a second ago, and it was disturbing, distracting. So, Udo and Go, the only person that Miss Combs will talk to. You, but I don't count you because you're automatic. I'm not, I don't mean to say it like that. I should give you your flowers already, but I don't necessarily count you as these different people. You're not a brand new person. Everybody out there was brand new.
That's true. Know, like there was a lot of first timers there.
Yeah, you know, besides the ABC, NBC, but they acted brand new too. They were all brand new. So it's just Uda out of new ones. There's Uda. I thought La Rosa. See, women are catty. Black women are catty. Don't shoot the messenger or oot the messenger. Women have a way, I'll just say, of not showing love to other women. So even though La Rosa from the Breakfast Club was cool in the beginning, she didn't extend the love to me that I was showing to her. Even though Celia Bussey from TMZ was cool originally, she didn't extend the love to me, and she gave me one of these up and down looks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Celia is pretty cool. She's pretty cool. Celia is pretty cool.
She's pretty cool, but she didn't say one word to me. Like she used to talk to me in the beginning, but then
Mhm.
after a while, I don't know if people started getting overwhelmed. I can't make excuses, but as the time went on, people was a little different. I don't know.
Mhm.
People were getting hot and tired and bothered, and there was a lot going on. And I noticed. Listen, I can't speak for after Capricorn testified with her purple nails on her fingers because I
Mhm.
wasn't in the courtroom, so I don't know how people behaved inside. But
I was
you
inside for her
know,
testimony.
huh?
I was inside for Capricorn Clock's testimony.
I was. Oh yeah. I was in the overcrowd room that day. That was my last day. The last person that I saw testify before I got kicked out the entire courthouse.
Yeah,
So
that happened after that incident. Right.
right,
Right.
Your Honorable Subramanian said I was allowed the next day in the overcrowd room, but just not his courtroom. But the judge over him, like that, is the
The chief judge. The chief
chief
judge.
judge said no, and she's
Right.
a woman. Who told me
Right.
they said she said no. So
Yeah. Well, it was, I would understand because there was a lot going on out from both sides, and there were like three different entrances that people were there, media coming out. So I understood. I understood. If you could do anything over again, what would it be?
right off the first thing that came to my mind was bring a legal pad and pen. Like, because the first day I showed up with an AM newspaper from the subway station, those free papers, and I didn't know that I was going to get in. So
What are you doing with what are we doing with the newspaper? You was gonna beat
I
some
like the
flies?
coursework. Hmm?
You was gonna
Say
beat some
what?
flies?
No, I like doing the crossword puzzles, and I like in between each stop trying to hurry up and figure out how many of the words can I figure out before each stop. Like by the time I get to my stop,
Okay.
I like to see how many words I can get. So I time myself like by the time. So that morning, every morning, that's like I love books and I love puzzles and stuff. So I did go to college from the 8th grade. So I'm very smart, contrary to what's being said about me. So
I don't know. I don't know what was being said. Go ahead.
I am not that bright. No, I'm just
Well,
kidding.
I know you're very bright. Go ahead.
No, that's because this hot behind light is in my eyes. I get it. But
But you got the glow, Candy. I'm telling you, you got the glow. Now I need some light. Let me take my hat off. Okay. Well, hold on. Let me put it back on. Go ahead.
thank you. I had the newspaper the first day, and then something else. What did you ask me? Repeat the question.
If you could change anything differently, what would it be? If you could turn the clock back, what would you change differently?
I wouldn't have attended at all. I wouldn't have gone. I wouldn't have went the first day. It sucked. It was crazy, and it
You
sucked.
met me the first day.
Yeah, but that's not the point.
Okay.
It took my whole life. Like my whole life, I got behinds on my own serious life. Like I didn't get paid for it. Not that I wanted to get paid for it, but I was outside day to day to day to day, every day, putting in work. I mean, I know what I know what being outside and pulling up and all of that means. I've been studying since 2020 with I don't know if you bring up other YouTubers, Tariq Nasheed. I've been following him since 2000 and what 12, and then Jason Black. I've been on his broadcast and I've been on his like I'm with you now. I've been on him, but you don't see his face. I've been on several of his broadcasts. B1 dollar sign FBA, and I was outside representing for Black Americans, and it was tough. Oh, it was tough, man. It was tough. All by my lonesome. It was tough. It was tough checking people from left to right, telling them, "No, you're not black. You don't belong talking to nobody like this." It was a lot. It was a lot. And I used to go home. I get home about 7 at night, 7 p.m. and I wake up at 1 to do it all over again. 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. do it all over. I used to show up at the court at 6:16 a.m. and I wasn't a line holder. I was just outside ready.
You know, I
So
tell people my routine was I would get up at 3 a.m. I know it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot for me. I would get up at 3 a.m. from Brooklyn, travel across the Brooklyn Bridge to get a parking spot, you know, because that was hard to get a parking spot in the area by the courthouse. And I would stay until after 7 o'clock, avoiding they have a special pricing to come in the city and go out the city. And I would avoid it coming in and going out. So, and it was a routine. It was a lot. So when people say you had a lot of time, you really didn't have a lot of time, especially having to deal with the heat, carrying equipment, writing notes, coming back. It was just really had no life. So I commend you for even spending the time that you spent out there, because it took a lot of resources, mental as well as physical resources to be there. But you were drawn there like many others because of who it was, how it was going, and just meeting different people. You know, so you're definitely a part of the 2025 class of federal trial coverage.
it was good. I'm glad that people took me with a grain of salt. They were able to either handle me with a long handle spoon and didn't respond, or they showed grace to me and didn't respond, or I was able to win the battles, the roasting sessions when they did decide to respond. Like, it worked out in my favor several times.
Okay, hold on. Candy, you did something outside the court. I was doing court TV, and I turned around and I'm preparing to do the court TV. Next thing I see is you doing this. You doing old school. I'm like, what is she doing?
I was tight that day, Bobby.
What the heck is going on?
Listen, I was tight. I was extremely tight. You want to know why I was upset? Because I just hooked her up with Big Mike. I just told her, you like him, in front of him. I said, you like him? She said, yeah. I said, no, like that. You like him like that? She said, yeah. She was sitting next to African Diddy. And I was like, her and African Diddy sitting here. Big Mike sitting to my right, the very first seat that a line praise person was sitting. And I'm telling her right here, you like him? She said, yeah. So I said, all right, so I said, good, Big Mike, she's feeling you. So then she thought that gave her the opportunity to say, she did like this to me. Wait, Kenzie, let me say something for a change. I said, oh, you thought it was okay to do all of this to me. Oh, she felt comfortable. I said, all right. So I turned around and I minded my business for a minute, and I'm talking to everybody behind me. Brandon, if you met Brandon, he started coming out with the glasses. He was a nice man. And then there was several other people, and I'm just talking, I'm popping mess in this direction. She's behind me with African Diddy and Mike and all of them doing a lot of talking, and all the men are against her, right? So whatever she's saying, not against her, but whatever they're debating about, it's battling back and forth. One lady, a bunch of men, right? So, and they trying to tell her, lady, you're battling against men, like, be in your place, like that type of stuff. So I mind my business, and I turn around and I'm telling everybody, yeah, I said, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's about to go down. I'm chilling right now. The Holy Spirit said, and I'm like, oh, in the Bible, something's about to happen. And as soon as I said something about to happen, I start to walk away, and they were my witness. Here she go, right here. I turn like this, and she's right here in my face. Right here in my. I said, what the hell? Why is she in my face? So that's what started it. Because I'm like, now you're in my face. So and so, blase, and I was so upset that I wanted to shoot the fair one.
You wanted to shoot the fade with her? Oh my goodness!
I said shoot the fair one, but yours sound a lot better. Shoot the fade with her. What did you say?
Shoot the fade.
Shoot the fade. Shoot the fair one. Oh, it is maybe Shoot the Fade. Maybe because you know when you little,
No,
you
the Shoot the Fair one. New York is the
oh,
Shoot the Fair one. That's New York. Shoot the Fair
all
one.
right. Because no, sometimes people be saying something like you know
Give
when
them a
you hear a
fade.
song, you think that the song is saying something, and you repeat the same words over and over, like "truth be told" or vice versa. Like you don't know if it's vice versa or vice versa. You know, stuff like that.
Vice versa.
Vice versa. That's what I was
That's
raised with.
yeah. I was raised with vice versa. Yeah.
Vice versa.
You guys, you might be know vice versa or vice versa. I remember vice versa, but it's all good. Tell people about um, you growing up in New York City. What was that like for you?
Well, since I was born rich with a silver spoon, it was very nice. I was born
Well,
into
hold
a
on, hold
wealthy.
on. You live in a rich neighborhood, so we ain't gonna play with that. But go ahead.
Well, I mean, as a kid, I
Okay.
was born. My dad was a retired World War II vet, and he worked for Mab Stoa. He had a pension. He was just about to retire from 28 years Mab Stoa fixing buses at the Amsterdam depot. So he had money. He had every American Express card. And then I lived with my stepsister and my nephew. And they put me through piano lessons, violin lessons. I was lead soloist at Harlem Performing Arts Center at 3 years old. I did ballet at 3 years old. I was on a bowling league every Saturday. I won trophies for bowling. I bowled a 210 game.
Oh, 210.
Uh,
Oh my goodness. That's a
yeah.
good, that's a good
Oh,
number.
I'm sorry.
210.
It was a 211. It was a 211.
211. Tomato tomatoes. That's still good.
Yeah, I was young. And then, so yeah, I did 4 years of piano, played Tchaikovsky, Bach, Chopin, Mozart. Most memorized pieces per year, about 90 pieces memorized was my average. And I went all the way from A, B, C, D in the Bastian books to 1, 2, 3, 4 in the Bastian books, piano books. And I used to play by reading. I read
Sheet music.
the sheet music. And so I won trophies every year at the recitals, the piano recitals. I used to get report cards because I had to go like do report cards, and a C plus or a C is an A plus. You know, a C is the highest score you can get in that type of report
And
card. So I
right.
used to get that. And so I had a good every summer. I went to the Key West in the Bahamas. I didn't spend my summers in New York. I always went away. 1st of July, I was in Key West. 1st of August, I was in the Bahamas with family. And school was great. I was an honor student my entire life. Honor student, 5G, 6G, 7G, 8G was my junior high school. I won the science fairs. I won the spelling bee contest. I won the storytelling contest. I won everything. Like I was a winner as a kid. I won all the relay races. I run everything there was to win.
You're gonna
Um,
get. You're gonna give us. We talked before that you're gonna play. You're gonna show us a little of your talent. You remember what we talked about? Are
right.
you ready?
I'm ready. I
So,
gotta sing.
ladies and gentlemen, so she's a whistler as well.
Oh my
I
gosh.
used to whistle. I don't know if let me wet my whistle. But you're gonna show me how to do it. Let's go. Should I turn the sound up? That's hurting my ear. Oh, hold on. The sound is so loud. Go ahead.
Is that good?
It was pretty loud, but I like it. It was nice. It had nice melody to it. That was pretty dope.
I'm loud. I'm loud whistling and I'm loud talking.
Yeah, that really gave me the inspiration to practice my whistling skills.
That's just something that I could come up with because I like singing that song, but I'm a little hoarse from speaking so much. That's another thing that I don't like so much, Byron, that I did so much yelling. The last time I sang was like the first week of May. So whistling suffices for me. It helps.
Oh, listen, I want to one day be able to challenge you to whistling. Just not today. Just not today. Today is not a good day for me.
All right.
That I might have to get my ears checked after this. I'm gonna tell you something. You might have to pay my doctor bill.
No. I am loud. I know. The pitch is high.
Too high. You know,
I can sing. I can put lower.
No, don't not too low. Just because I want people to be able to hear, so don't go too low.
No, lower. I meant lower.
Lower. Give me a little bit, just a little bit. Go ahead.
I can't.
Okay, yeah, don't go too low. Don't go too low, because okay, I'm hearing it. Okay, that's it, Candy, because I don't want to. My eardrums are
Do you
protected.
know what I was singing? Do you know what I was whistling? Does anybody know?
It was
That
a
was
was it the Candyman song? No.
all right. So the first one was "Knocks Me Off My Feet," Stevie Wonder, and the second one was Anita Baker, "You Belong to Me."
I was going to say that, but I wasn't certain.
Because I started low and then you couldn't really hear it. I should have introduced it, and so people didn't have to like guess like we was playing
Right.
charade.
I didn't want to say because I didn't want to misclassify the song, and I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my stuff. Candy,
Sorry for hurting your ears.
No, Candy, we're gonna talk again soon. I gotta go do my next live. Make sure you need me, reach out to me. I got you.
Thank you so much, Byron, for having me on. Hi, everybody. Good night. God bless you. Thank you so much.
You could turn that light off. That light's probably killing your
That's
eyes.
right. It's my actual lamp. See you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Candy.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you so much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that was a special treat for you. Hold on a second. Special treat. Guys, listen. Don't listen. I know what you're about to say, but listen. We got to be nice over here. We got to be nice. Be respectful. Be respectful. Be respectful. No, guys, you weren't being punked. You weren't being punked. I had to handle that differently, and we're just gonna leave it at that. Those who know. Those who don't, won't. Donnie, IRL, Donnie, come on. Listen. I kept a straight face. That's. Listen, you guys had to you had to play along here. Sometimes you got to play along. You got to come on, play along. You got to play along. Come on. But I was good. I didn't react. But y'all were reacting in the comment section. I get it. You thought the sound was off? It wasn't off. Exactly. Exactly, guys. So I appreciate you guys coming in. I wanted to give her an opportunity to come up and, I met her in New York. That wasn't mean. That was actually being considerate. You gotta be very considerate of people, and you don't really do the extra stuff because it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary, and people understood why I did that, why I didn't react, and I did it to show respect to that woman. Thank you, Kishori Kitchen. You understood. I can't. You tell me warn folks. Johnny, how am I warn folks? And we were in the moment. I can't do that. I didn't want to throw her off. I didn't want to break a stride. Come on. Okay, let me say something, Julie. I didn't know what was going to happen when it came out of her mouth. I never knew that, so I just had to respect whatever she was doing. When she started doing it, I didn't know what she was doing, but I was right there because she told me she whistles. So I'm not going to react to her and disrespect her in that moment. Hopefully you understood what I was doing. You want some whistling? I'll give you some whistling. Julie, I'm just being respectful to the person. I don't do that, I don't do that. I didn't know, Julie. I swear I did not know. I didn't know, and I was kind of surprised right there. I was actually very surprised in that moment, but I didn't say anything. I didn't want to throw her off, and I didn't want to. Trust me, I didn't want to throw her off. I didn't know what was going to happen. I was literally ready. I was ready. I thought she was about to hit, because there actually people do whistling, and I thought that was about to happen. And I was just as surprised as you were, but I was not trying to respond in my facial expression. I wanted to keep it serious, and I had to let her go at that point. We love Candy. We love Candy. We do. And Julie, I'm sorry for the misunderstanding. I didn't know. Honestly, I was ready. Honestly, I probably wouldn't even did that if I knew that, because I'm never trying to embarrass anyone like that. That's not what I do. So imagine how I felt in that moment when that happened. But I kept a straight face. You got to give me that. But I was looking at the comments. I'm like, oh my God. Hopefully she's not reading the comments. We love Candy. That's right. Blacklink reporting. We love Candy. That's just what it is. When I tell you in New York, she literally, I don't know how many people saw videos, and I have a bunch of them that she was in, but she always checked on, make sure I was okay. My first day there, I parked in the garage and it had a downhill. She would help me bring my equipment and walk, and so never had any issue with her. So you gotta check on people sometime. Check on people. I'm sorry, I'm hearing something in the background. Guys, I appreciate you coming in. We'll be back later, but thank you. Shout out to Candy. I have someone else coming in. I'm not where I normally am, but I'm going to try to make it do what it do. With that, I appreciate you. I really do. Everyone, I'll see you on my next live. Peace.